Today's video is brought to you by TacoRack.com, America's only taco cookware. Click the link below, TacoRack.com.
In the next few months, growing instability in places like Egypt, Syria, Libya will lead to an all-out confrontation in the Middle East. This will pale in comparison to what we saw in Iraq and Afghanistan, but will literally be another global conflict, much like what we had during World War I and World War II. Again, the United States, along with its Western counterparts, are playing the chess game of war. But the question you need to ask yourself, America, is why? Why play the chess game of war? Why help to destabilize through revolution and re-revolution places like Egypt, having installed after ousting leaders that are supposedly authoritarian like Hosni Mubarak, and installing Mohamed Morsi, another authoritarian dictator, only to be replaced by remnants of the Mubarak regime? Why would the United States continue to propel a war effort in the Middle East? Why would they create warring nation states with constant infighting? And now a situation in Egypt, for example, although a lot of people around the world are lauding it, isn't it fantastic? An organic people-led revolution. The reports I'm reading, you got women being gang raped in the streets half to death. You've got men throwing other grown men off buildings. Is the real reality, the actual facts that we're dealing with in this part of the world. Of course, there's an ongoing violent civil war in Syria as well, with the United States' intention of ousting President Bashar al-Assad. But why? Why has the president, through Benghazi Gate, been running and trafficking guns out of Libya into Syria? You know what killed Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans? Why are they helping to propel these war games? Why, when China and Russia, both allies of Syria, and Vladimir Putin telling the United States clearly that there will be an all-out bloodbath and war in the Middle East, why would the United States even think about invading Syria like Obama did Libya, bypassing the War Powers Resolution Act of 1973 and by his own volition and free will, much like the National Defense Authorization Act and his latest executive order to ban free speech? I mean, hey, if you're onto a good story, you'll just be whacked like Michael Hastings. What is the agenda in the political objective of this insanity as it appears on the surface? You know, the United States has an approaching national debt of $17 trillion and growing. 0% interest rates across the economy have literally taken the pressure off a gigantic leverage system about to burst. Could that perhaps be one of the reasons for the intervention overseas, to protect our financial situation, or to maybe even just simply plunder a very valuable asset in the Middle East? Or is the president just simply insane, and those that control him and play him like a pawn just utter crazy people sitting behind closed doors, smoking cigars, lighting them, drinking their favorite scotch, and watching the world ablaze like they're playing a video game like Sim City? What is the real reason? What is the real truth? And why is it so predictable? How is it that a guy like me 3.5 years ago who was on Wall Street could have predicted all of this in this short period of time? And of course, I haven't been right about everything. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. But I've been telling you for over 3.5 years, expect war, more war in the Middle East. Expect a violent war with Syria. Expect violent wars in places like Libya and Egypt. All a part of the geopolitical chess game to reset the massive economic debt here in the United States. Will it be worse than 1929? Will it be worse than the Great Depression? Or will we just sail off into the sunsets like many of the bankers have that collapsed their firms in 2008? Sail their yachts, take their Learjets across the ocean so that they can set sail and live another life in another country where America no longer exists. And is that not the problem? Does America exist anymore? Does the bread and butter and guts and brawn of America actually exist? You know, we just celebrated July 4th, and we had to ask the question what this country still meant to us. Do we still give a damn here in the United States? Is there any hope left of saving it? A place that no longer abides by the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the inherent freedoms across the full spectrum of religion, free speech, or anything of the sort. Are we still that America? Are we still that country that stands up to dictators, stands up to tyrants, and says no to those people that treat us like groundlings and peasants who are really employed by us, the collective, and should be representing us? Our founding fathers knew that a concentration of power always leads and will always lead to tyranny, which is why they created a counterbalance in a system of government to counter the rise of tyrannical government. But now it is up to the people, although the precedent has been set, now it is up to the people to actually take charge and do something about it. Do you have what it takes, America? Do you have the will? Do you have the collective power? I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television, and I just deliver the Daily Wave, hard-hitting and in your face. And if you like this video, please subscribe to me on YouTube at cgreen34, Facebook at Green Wave TV, and Twitter at Green Wave. Get it out there. Peace.